Yep. It's your boy Boss, bringing you
another one.
Now y'all get to hear from me.
Run it up, run it up.
Yeah.
Bringing real back. He be speaking his mind. That boy with the shit.
Yeah, man. Y'all get to hear from me about O'Brien. Because it's a lot, man. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot, but it's good. It's real good. There's some signals. We're gonna talk about the signals. We're gonna talk about the art of what's going on. What you mean art, boss? Wait. Art. Yeah. In this game, there's an art. Yeah. There's an art. And the art is the art of war. And see, the Art of War is a book by Sun Tzu, right? A military general. And in that book, it's required reading by West Point, the highest military in America. It's also recommended for executives, generals, coaches. And there's some Art of War principles. Ooh, wait!
Run it up.
By Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy is in his bag.
Another one.
So, you know, we gonna lay it down. We gonna talk about it. We gonna get into the art. We gonna get into the art of this war. Alright? Be right back. Y'all chill. Come on. I just like to do the stanky leg. Come on. It's Sunday. We open up the phones. We go freestyle. Let's go. Let's run it up.
Bringing real back. He be speaking his mind. That boy with the shit.
I am with it. Come on. Let me know if y'all don't switch up. I need to know. Or y'all the type that don't switch up. Come on. Let's go. Get it. Alright, here we go. Alright. Y'all come on in. Welcome. Alright, welcome to Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matter. Obviously, it's some big news that, you know, Brian Schottenheimer is our coach. Shout out to my boy Amp. He also called this a long time ago. We actually spoke about this. And, you know, this is a big deal. It's a very big deal. It's exciting. It's exciting times for the Dallas Cowboys. My boy Edward said, "Blessed Sunday, boss." Yeah, we gonna have church today, big dog. We gonna have us some church. Yeah, we gonna have us some church. Shout out to the people that should be in church, but y'all decided to sleep in. Take y'all a Sabbath. Some of y'all know better. Y'all skipped church and y'all came to the stream. I'll mess with y'all. But But we gonna talk about this because obviously we got a pretty good following and people want to get my take on it. So I'm gonna give it to you. I've been getting tweets about this stuff. And then as y'all coming in the building, also keep in mind the words of my big brother Jay Jones. Jay Jones in the building. Hold on real quick. Let me make sure I got him set up right. I actually don't. Okay, let me set you up, Jay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show what you said. I should have you set up now. So in the words of Jay, y'all follow my boy Jay. Jay said, listen to Jay. He said, hit them likes. All right. So as y'all coming in the building, make it a habit before we get going, because I'm getting ready to get started right now. Make it a habit to go ahead and hit them likes. That just should be a habit, especially from the day ones, the people that's been day ones. What's up, Etta, Miss Lockhart, Eli, Quentin? Yeah, Life's Crazy, Steve, the Lunatic. What's up, the Lunatic? Obviously, my boy Amp, Michael. I see all y'all, but man, go ahead and hit them likes, man, and continue to remind people to hit them likes before I get started. All right, but this is Miss Charles in the building. What's going on? All right, now this is a big deal. All right, and it's, you know, there's been signs that this was coming, right? The number one sign was obviously Mike Solara, right? So when we hired Mike Solara, most astute Dallas Cowboy followers put it together that likely Brian was next. You know, with the Seattle background, with the guys coaching together and all that kind of stuff. It just, you know, most people right there started to put it together. So the signs was there, right? The signs was also there last year when Brian Schottenheimer was added as a consultant, right? So you can see the signs coming with what we were saying in the offseason, and we were saying loud in the offseason that we wanted to be more physical. We wanted to be a team that leaned on the run game, especially with the absence of Amari Cooper. It just kind of made sense that we would go in that direction. So Brian was the consultant that came in to do what the previous consultant was doing, where he was a consultant to Dan Quinn, and was a guy that they used to basically be a devil's advocate. So when Dan Quinn would come up with schemes, they had an offensive consultant that would also counter his thoughts with the thoughts of an offensive mind. So a very good, smart yin and yang business approach. But obviously it was something else going on as well. It was the preparing of a new OC. Which goes to say, let's just be honest, Mike McCarthy already knew that this was coming. He knew this, and this shows you the forethought of Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy, man, you know, Mike McCarthy is on his game. Y'all got to give him his credit. Matter of fact, let's clap it up for Mike McCarthy. Clap it up. Y'all stay with me because this gonna get good. But this the deal though. Mike, you sneaky. Boy, they was trying to force Kellen Moore down his throat, and he was like,
oh, hell no.
I'm gonna get his replacement in the building. And that's exactly what he did. And there's some smart benefits to doing it the way that he did it. Oh man, clap it up for Mike. Oh, Mike. Oh man. So we gonna talk about some of those benefits. So y'all just, oh man, Elwood. Somebody say he was playing chess. Listen, y'all, I love Mike. Mike, whoo-wee. And see, let me talk about it, because see, you know, it's different thoughts on Mike. So I felt like Mike handled Kellen Moore the way that he had to handle Kellen Moore, because you have the Game of Thrones approach to where you allow because we titled this the Art of War. So let me show y'all some doctrines from the Art of War. All right, so hold on real quick. Yeah. Oh man, but I'm tell y'all, boy, this Ottawa stuff is good. Y'all got to make sure y'all get on this. Um, Hold on, let me find it real quick. Oh man, this is so real. So many of these are so real. Hold on, I'm looking for it. Where is it? Okay, I can't find it. But basically, in the art of war, one of the things that he say, your biggest opportunities go come from the enemy itself. And so sometimes what happens is, and there's a debate on, was Mike McCarthy right in allowing Kellen Moore to fail? And I still say that he was, because I feel like his hands was completely tied. So there are some, mainly coaches, especially coaches, they have this opinion, because I talk to multiple coaches about this. I'm privileged to have a Rolodex of coaches that I talk to all the time. So most coaches would say that they felt like Mike McCarthy should have just picked up the play call sheet and just took over, right? And so I totally disagree with that. And mainly for the reason I'm getting ready to explain. So you got to remember, now that we know that Mike McCarthy wasn't a fan of option routes, you got to know how offenses and defenses are put together. They start with OTAs and mini camps and all that kind of stuff, where they do something called install. And that's where they start teaching you the foundations of your offense, and they build and they keep building all the way through training camp. And by the time you're in training camp, the whole offense or the whole defense is already put together and pretty much prepared to be unleashed in the season, right? So if Mike McCarthy would have picked up play calling, just think about it. He would have been picking up a system of offense that was installed for Kellen Moore that he didn't believe in. Think about that. So you can have the heart to take over, like, I'm going to take over play calling because Kellen Moore is just ruining us in big games. But then if you take over, or you go call the same plays that was installed over months and months and months, a whole play sheet that you don't even agree with, nah. So his best approach is what he did. He tried to manage Kellen Moore. He tried to micromanage Kellen Moore. He put him on a quota. So remember last year, Mike was saying, if you install it, you go call it, right? This year, he said, I spend a majority of my time making sure Pollard and Zeke get their touches. So what that meant, obviously, is that Mike McCarthy was more hands-on with Kellen Moore, mainly making sure Pollard and Zeke was getting their touches. That was his best way of controlling. And then Iceberg Slim said, boss, please don't sell us on Brian Schottenheimer. I mean, I ain't trying to sell you, bro. This ain't about selling Brian. Not today. I'm not selling Brian today. Today is about the art of war and just what's going on in terms of the organization. And there's some good things we're gonna be able to glean from this, but in terms of selling Brian, I'm not there yet. I still got a lot more research to do before I'm fully co-signing or rejecting him. But on the surface, there are some signs, and we can talk about those signs, and then we go take some calls into. But there are some signs. One of the clear signs that come from Brian. All right, we talking about signs right now. Then we go talk about one of the most important things. But one of the signs that's clearly happening from Brian is a sign that there's an aligning of philosophies now on offense. Because whether you liked him or not at Seattle, whether you liked him or not when he was, with the Jags, whether you liked him or not, It was one thing for sure that you could see is that he definitely believed in running the ball. That's one thing that you didn't have to worry about when he was, especially with Seattle. That was something that you had to worry about with Kellen, but you won't have to worry about that with Brian. So do y'all remember the Let Russ Cook campaign? Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember the Let Russ Cook campaign? See, the Let Russ Cook campaign was about poor Russell Wilson is been stagnant. He's been held back because Russell Wilson has the ability to air it out. Why is Seattle so stubborn and they stick with the run game? They should let Russ cook. That was because of Brian. Yeah, that was because of Brian. So they wasn't gonna let Russ cook. And now that Russ got to Denver, it's obvious that it would have been a bad move to let Russ just throw the ball all around like the Let Russ Cook campaign was saying. Let's see, David Lawrence say let Dak marinate. See, you might be hating. I don't know if you hating or not on your quarterback, but actually, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, and that's likely when we looking at the signs what we go get out of Brian, because they wanted Russ to cook. But see, if anybody was peeping game, Seattle was always at its best and always competitive when they wasn't letting Russ cook. Let me clap it up for me. I'm gonna clap it for me. So this is a sign that we're going to lean on the run game. So a lot of y'all have the wrong mind state thinking that the problem is Dak throwing. And Dak throwing is actually not the problem. The real problem is having any quarterback throw too much. Any quarterback that throws over 38 times, the likelihood of winning goes down a whole lot. So yeah, my boy said let Dak marinate. He might have been being funny, but if we talking about this analytically and we talking about this from a football perspective, that's actually a very, very good thing. Now, there are other people that are of the other opinion where they really believe that the keys to this offense would be opening it up, throwing it more. They want to pass the ball. And it's like, all right, cool, man. Cool. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But the evidence shows and the analytics shows that teams that basically keep the ball on the ground usually protect their quarterbacks better, rest their defense better. It's a whole lot of benefits of being committed to the run game. So when you look at the signs of Brian and what it means to the offense, those of us who are definitely on the running down ball campaign, this is a good sign. This is exactly what we've been wanting to see. Play action, physical style of football, throwing it to your running backs. These are all the things Seattle did. Yep. So it's one of those things to where I like what I'm seeing. I like what the Dallas Cowboys are doing, because the next thing that I'm getting ready to talk about is super important that I love. Okay, this is one of the main things. Like, I'm not talking about him yet in terms of his philosophies and schemes. I'm still doing a lot of research on him. I don't want to speak before I really dig deeper into him and really watch his game flow. I gotta watch a lot more games. I'm only 2 games in right now. I gotta watch at least 6 games, especially close games or games to where we had the lead or he had the lead like Green Bay. I want to see how he close out games. I want to make sure that, I just want to make sure that I'm seeing what it looks like I might be seeing. But this is the biggest thing I'm getting ready to tell y'all. Okay. The biggest thing that I love about this is that it protects communications in the art of war. It protects communications. So let me kind of break this down. All right. And I'm gonna break it down from a metaphor. Okay, I'm gonna take y'all, since it's Sunday, let's go to church. Okay, let's go to church. I'm gonna take y'all to the scriptures. So 1 Corinthians 14:8. Now, if you're not affiliated at all with any kind of faith, I hope you don't get offended. If you do, hey, I'm not trying to offend you. Just look at this. If you don't understand any kind of Christian doctrine, just look at this as a parable. But for those who in the faith, they gonna really feel me. But in 1 Corinthians 14:8, it said, again, if the trumpet does not sound a clear call, who will get ready for battle? The New Living Translation say, if the bugler doesn't sound a clear call, how will the soldiers know they are being called to battle? And then one of my favorites is the Berean, where you say, again, if the trumpet sounds a muffled call, who will prepare for battle? All right, hold on real quick. I got us a super chat real quick. Let me take the super chat and I'm gonna talk about that. And he said, hey boss, I'd like to pick up, but something I want to know. He consistent, is he hood in big games? Also, what did he do in the run game was getting stuffed? Yeah, and I'm being honest with you, bro. I'm not gonna cap. I'm not here to cap. I gotta watch a lot more games to get a real feel for him. I'm in the process of doing that. Y'all might have to give me about 3-4 days on that. All right, so I'm not gonna come out here and try to be the first. I'm gonna probably be the 3rd or 4th one to speak on this, but I'm gonna try to be as accurate as possible. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta really break him down, man. But good super chat. On the surface though was clear, and we all knew this about Seattle when we played them. We knew they was gonna be very stubbornly committed to the run. That you ain't even gotta look at film to know that Brian was very committed to the run. You don't have to watch film to know that Seattle had a very long history of being committed to the run. So we can just kind of know that part. But now it's about digging into the details, which I'm doing now. But going back to communication and why I brought up that scripture, talking about the importance of a clear call when it comes to battle. Okay, so when it comes to battle, one of the most underrated tools of war in the art of war is the horn. Yeah, the horn itself is one of the most valuable tools in war. See, because most movies, when they show the horn, they make it look real sexy. They have a guy just, like they give you one call, one sound. But listen, y'all, it really does not work like that in real war. The horn in war was the tool that let all the troops know exactly what to do. So movies make it sexy, but it never was a sexy thing. It never was about being sexy. It was about communication. So how did you know? All right, so I'm gonna show y'all something. Going back to the art of war, and we gonna relate this to Brian, right? Of why this is a good thing. Okay. So we go to Bryant and we go look at the principles of Sun Tzu. And remember, this was a military genius, right? And a lot of coaches research this stuff a lot, right? You definitely go get this at West Point, the highest military school in the country. You definitely go get that. But this is what Sun Tzu preached. He said, keep your army continually on the move and devise unfathomable plans. So he talked about the different types of motions. So he talked about dispersive ground. This is when you are fighting on your own territory. It's called dispersive, as if your troops are located near their loved ones. So that's one of the battlegrounds. Then facial ground, he talked about. When you march into hostile territory but haven't gotten far. Continuous ground. Such ground offers both sides an equal advantage and thus must be contended for. But see, the question is, how do you communicate with your troops what type of ground it was? It was the horn. It was the horn. So it was the horn that would tell you a particular sound. That sound would tell you, should we retreat? Should we move forward? Should we flank them? All of that was based on the horn. So, and the horn was about communication. So the guy that had the horn was the guy that was right by the general. So if the general wanted to surround the enemy, he didn't yell down, "Hey, surround the enemy!" He told the horn guy, and the horn guy would give the sound that said, "Surround the enemy." So what does this have to do with Brian? Because when it comes down to communications and the way that Mike McCarthy transitioned him into the OC, we preserved our communications. What do you mean? What do you mean we preserved our communications? See, the fact that he was a consultant with Dallas before he took over as OC allows him to blend the communications of Koolaid Moore and the new offense. And that's extremely important, because with an offense that was number one, regardless if you like Koolaid Moore or not, there are some things about it that Dak and the weapons have now gotten accustomed to, that they know now because they've been doing it for so long by second nature. So one of the biggest things and risk of getting rid of Koolaid Moore was the fact that you was going to have to likely go bring in a new OC with what? A different sound, different communications, different verbiage. And when you have communications that you have to change, you risk translation, you risk cohesion. But because he was able to be around for a whole year, now the Dallas Cowboys are going to be able to blend those communications. So let me give you a perfect example. So one of the things that one of the communities that I was in that they intentionally did. So I lived in Katy, right? Katy, Texas. Katy, Texas was very known for winning state championships in Texas. We got us a super chat. And my boy said, his run first offense is going to help our defense tremendously and we're going to kill teams in time of possession. I absolutely agree. It's going to help greatly. So, but one of the things that I learned about Katie, the community, hear me out. This was crazy when I figured this out about Katie. One of the reasons why Katie has so many athletes that will go to that high school and ball out, because they were so organized that the Katy High School went to all the local middle schools and all the local little league teams before they even hit high school, and they made sure that they used the exact same language that they was going to use in high school. Because one of the things that happened, because it happened to me when I was going from middle school to my high school, we literally was running the same formations that I ran in middle school, but it had different names. See, when I was in middle school, we would call a certain formation in the backfield J right. So that means the flanker had to line up on the right side and we would be in an I formation. But our coach called it J because in the backfield it looked like a J. But so so when we would come out to the offense, he would say J right 22 dive. So that meant the tailback, who was the 2, would run through the 2 hole. But that was the language we used. You know, that was the language. Then I get to high school, and instead of saying J right, they called it tandem right. Same formation, but then how they also decided how you ran the ball was different. Now, I was doing the same thing because I used to play running back as well as cornerback. You know what I'm saying? So I played both sides of the ball, but language was a big deal. Hold on. Oh yeah, I'm doing the call-in show today, big dog. I'm finna open up the phone lines right now. But I'm just explaining this part because this is probably the most important part is the communications. And I want to just kind of explain that on how that's a major benefit to Dallas, to where they not getting somebody on the outside who don't have no idea what worked well with Kellen. This guy, because he was a consultant on the inside, he knows exactly what was working and he know exactly what wasn't working. But more importantly, he's going to be able to blend his style of offense to be communicated in a way to where it's not a major learning curve on all your weapons. See, a whole lot of people was leery of a new coordinator because they was like, damn, Dak been in this offense for a long time. Now he gonna have to learn a whole new offense? No, sir. No. So let me go ahead and take some calls real quick and I'm gonna get into my next point. So we gonna open up the phone lines since y'all wanna call in. We gonna open up these phone lines. Y'all call on in, let's talk some ball. We got this Freestyle Sunday going, talking about Brian. But this is a big deal, man, and the communications is, to me, one of the biggest parts of it, of why this gonna really help. You know, just like the art of war, the communications is one of the most important things to football, especially when you're dealing with strategy, when you're dealing with men being together on one accord. They gotta hear the same sound at the same time. I'm waiting on y'all to call in. So we got the number at 210-940-9064, 210-940-9064. So anybody that want the freestyle, here we go. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Boss, what's good, man?
What's up, man? Amp.
Bruh, you already know I was calling in, dog.
All right, let's go. What you got?
So peep this. I'm gonna make it quick.
All right. No, you ain't gotta be quick. You ain't gotta be quick. Take your time.
May 11th, 2022. I called in the show. You were doing the freestyle. And I asked you a question. I said, do you know what happened on March 24th? You was like, I don't know. That was the day we signed Brian Schottenheimer. And at that time, matter of fact, shameless plug, go back and watch Boss Cowboys freestyle show on May the 11th, 2022. Fast forward to the hour and a half mark. But yeah, I was saying when we hired him, right, as an analyst / consultant, and I told you then I went back and looked at his track record and his resume. And I noticed nowhere on there did I see any position he held on the defensive end. So even though he was here to assist Dan Quinn and Kellen Moore, it just had a smell to me. And right then and there, I put the pieces together and I said, you know what? Depending on how things go this year, if he does not get his act together, matter of fact, my exact words were, if he don't put up, he going to be shut up and he going to be looking for a job. And ultimately, that's what happened. The beautiful part about this, and you just said it, was he has had a front row seat to this whole Kellen Moore debacle. So you've seen what works well, you've seen what don't work well. It's almost like, and boss, I know you're going to feel me on this one. You got your eye on this little honey, right? And she says, you know, I got a boyfriend, right?
So?
When the Cowboys hired, when the Cowboys hired Brian Schottenheimer, they had a boyfriend. But guess what? He had that number, right?
Ooh.
And he texted her, hey, I just want to make sure everything okay.
Hey, baby.
He taking care of you? Is he doing right by you?
He doing you good?
And you peeping him. And you watching his moves and you seeing everything he doing. You like, boy, if I ever get the opportunity, I ain't going to do what that guy's doing. And then she's pillow talking with me, telling me he ain't doing this. He ain't taking me out. He don't show affection.
He has
so
no
guess
chivalry.
what? When you get the opportunity, you're going to do everything that he wasn't doing.
Ooh.
That's the beauty of this. That's the beauty of this. I ain't trying to sell nobody on Brian Schottenheimer, because even me, myself, I have reservations because of the positions that he's held. He's been a little bit more pass. He's had more to do with pass than run. He's been a pass game coordinator and he's been a quarterback coach, right? Cool. So we'll continue, like you said, we're going to look at some more film on him to kind of develop what his tendencies look like.
Right.
But again, the sweet part that I like about it, though, is, like you said, the transition should be fairly smooth. And guess what? Even if he is a finesse offensive coordinator, right? The fact that he's boys with Mike, and Mike has realized how important the run is to this team, to this offense, and to the defense, it's not going to be a whole lot of pushback.
Right.
He's going to trust Mike's leadership. So where Mike had to fight tooth and nail with Kellen Moore, we won't have that same problem with Brian. That's my first set initial observations without going any deep, but just because that's his boy and he's seen it, both of them have seen it, I think that's something they're going to be able to work on and improve on going forward next year.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Fantastic. Yeah. What else you got, big dog? I ain't rushing.
Man, I'm going to fall off. I'm going to let somebody else roll on in there, but I love it. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. Yeah, that's good.
And then, too, this is one of them hires, because we were bringing in so many different guys, right? I said this. You done been in the corporate world.
Oh, yeah.
You ever been to a position or been to an interview and they got it open or whatever? Or you know of a position within your organization that is open, supposedly open, and they have interviews, but they already know who they want to hire? That's what this was.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what
this was. They already knew who they wanted, but we're going to open it up. You know, we're going to do our little Rooney Rule shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? But we already got this guy here. He's been in-house. We just going to have him step over, smooth transition. You know what I'm saying? He understands how we do things as an organization. He's been able to witness it now for about 10 months. cool. You got to change too much because wholesale changes at this point would greatly affect that. That's why I think this has the smallest ripple effect amongst the changes for him, and won't just, you know what I'm saying, ostracize him going forward.
Yeah.
But y'all take care. Be blessed. Happy Sunday. DC4L.
Man, that was a good call by your boy Amp, man. Appreciate that. That was a very good call. So my boy Iceberg said, please don't try to sell us on Brian. Bro, we are not trying to sell you on Brian. At least I'm not. Because I heard Amp say, like I said, we still kind of looking into him to get more details. So I don't know why he's saying that, though, because I don't think nobody like selling y'all on him. And then it don't even make sense to sell anybody on him as a play caller, because it's already out that he not gonna be the play caller. The person that's gonna be the play caller is gonna be Mike McCarthy, and I actually like that. I do. And I like Brian as insurance. I do. I like Mike going out as the primary play caller. I love it from this standpoint. Majorly, this is why. Because I want my play caller to have a lot of skins on the wall. I do. I want my play caller to know personally those D coordinators across the aisle from him. I do. I like that a lot. I do. I like that. I didn't like the fact that Kellen Moore didn't have a lot of experience going against certain D coordinators. See, there are certain things that are X's and O's, and then there are certain things that's feel. See, Mike McCarthy been a play caller for a long time. So you develop a feel. You develop, my boy Lord Brunson, I call in and say that, Lord come in here talking about hot trash. What you talking about hot trash? Be specific. Be specific. My boy Lord Brunson in the building. What's hot trash? And we got the call line open, big dog. Call in. I want to hear this. What's hot trash? I want to hear this, big dog. But this is the deal. Mike McCarthy calling plays? Yeah, that's a vet. Now, Mike McCarthy, would you say Andy Reid? No, he's not Andy Reid. Would you say he's Sean Payton? No, you wouldn't say he either one. But you would have a hard time finding others that keep up with Mike McCarthy. And see, we know that from the receiving end. Don't cap. That's why I ain't never believed this. Mike McCarthy lazy. Mike McCarthy was getting massages. Listen, y'all, you never fall for that stuff. Because whenever somebody want to fire you, the first thing they go do is salty your name up to the public. That's the first thing they do. That's how. Hold on, let me take a call. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Hey, what's up, boss? It's Blackwell.
What's up, Black?
All right, hey, look. I think that we gonna use Brian Schottenheimer run scheme. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It go in sequence with Mike McCarthy calling it running and passing. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
If you think about it, I look at it like this, like, you know what I'm saying, Brian Schottenheimer, his dad coached too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At no point in neither one of their careers did they not feed the running backs, throw to the running backs, everything we've been wanting, we ready to get that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and also that junk gonna complement all the other phases of football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It work out. It's gonna work out better for the defense. You ain't gonna have to worry about that defense being tagged. Brian Schottenheimer always had a top ranked rushing offense.
Yeah. Always. Yeah. And
always
the offense. And the offense.
And I was looking at some of the stuff that he was calling, like back when he was with Seattle. They did a lot of pre-snap motion. You know what I'm saying, to help get the runners an advantage. You know what I'm saying, to confuse the linebackers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying. So I like the fact that we got him in there and hopefully run like Seattle did. Because when he was in Seattle, a lot of his starting running backs went down. Even the backups came in and got off.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
so I just think it's a good hire. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he got experience. His dad was a former coach. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff his dad was doing with LT over there and with the Chargers and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, this something to be happy about, man.
It should be. Now, a lot of people ain't happy, Black, because some people really want us to throw the ball. They want us to be like a heavy passing team. They want Dak and Mahomes. It's like, bro,
Hey, look, this ain't the time to be sad. This is what we all been asking for.
Yeah. I want Dak to be a game manager. Because I said that to Lord Brunson, and a lot of them Philly people, they get in their feelings when I say that. When I say Hurts is a game manager, I don't mean it in the technical side. Because when you say game manager, that mean an average quarterback. See, Hurts is not an average quarterback. He's not average. You know what I'm saying? But the style in which they use him is he managing games, and I love it. And I'll be like, bro, I like Dak managing games. I have no problem with taking it out of our quarterback hands, taking pressure off.
I ain't got no problem with it either, because if you managing games, at 9 times out of 10, you managing because you got the lead already.
Right. When you look at Hurts hardly ever this year had to manufacture a comeback. He didn't. Almost this whole year, maybe one game. So we still don't know how he can really slang that thing. You know what I'm saying? Hurts, I'm talking about.
Exactly. I'm with you, bro. But yeah, that's all I have for the show, bro. You know what I'm saying? Keep going with the content, bro.
Oh, man, I appreciate that, Black. Let's get it.
Oh.
Yeah, and my boy Black, man. Blackwell is truly a frontline soldier for the community. He does all the little things that make a big difference. He likes all the shows. He shares all the shows. And, you know, he tags the media. He really go out his way to make sure that the information is getting out there. And I honestly wish we had 200 more people like Blackwell. We would literally take over the whole world. I mean that too. I need about 200 Blackwells, and I need about 5 more Coach Marvs, and then we'll take over the world. Hold on, I'm gonna take another call. Yeah, hold on.
What's going on, boss?
What's up, Coach? My boy Lord Brunson say we in the Super Bowl. F all that. You better win it, Lord. You better win it. Yeah, being in the Super Bowl don't mean nothing, bro. That ain't no standard over here, bro. That ain't nothing. I'm glad y'all made it. Congratulations for making it. But bro, like, you already got your chest out like you won it. Put your chest back in. You got to win that thing, or y'all went all in for nothing. But I'm glad you got your chest out, big dog. You got there. Good job. Clap it up for Philly. Clap it up for Philly. Hopefully y'all can stop being the weak link to our division and get more than one. Because everybody else in our division got at least 3. So go ahead and do your part, because y'all the weak links of the East. Go ahead and get some more rings in here, dog. We need more in this East. Do your part. But go ahead, Coach.
Hey, man, the Eagles, they talking. But it's crazy to me that they got a big Super Bowl game. They concerned about the Cowboys. That's the crazy thing about it, is because if we were playing in this game, we wouldn't even be watching nothing about the Eagles.
No content. I wouldn't be watching none of their channels. We headed to the Super Bowl. Oh man, I would be putting out nothing but content on how to win.
That's why we still on their mind, regardless of
they going to the Super Bowl. They thinking about us.
Already on their mind.
That's because we the king.
That's why I used to tell people, man, get your mind off us. That's
I tell them stop watching my meat. Like I like to, when I go to the bathroom. Coach, you ever been to the bathroom and you using the bathroom, you at the urinal, and you get this eerie feeling, somebody looking at you, then you look to your left,
that's right.
Bronson, and he's looking down.
Every time you do content, you start feel that, man, and it ain't because you're just like they watching everything we do. We know every coach. Matter of fact, they watch the Dallas news more than they watch than we probably.
Man, I'm trying to take a piss over here, Lord. I'm looking over, Lord, just stirring all that my meat. Man, stop looking at my meat, dog. But let's talk football.
Yeah, man, they just staring. But let me tell you something, boss. This I like the hire. I like the hire because of I like the hire for two reasons, and I'm gonna tell you what the main reason is.
All right.
It's time for something different.
Okay.
Because if Cowboy fans really be honest with yourselves, as we watch the games, we can actually almost call the offensive plays. We almost actually know how it's going to go. We actually know when we get bogged down, where we already know where our guys going to catch the ball at. We know that we know what patterns they're going to run, basically. They may throw a little wrinkle here and there, then we see it one week and then we'll never see it again.
Yeah.
And we already know what's going on. And the NFL knows that too.
Yeah.
So it is good to have something different. Usually when you get something different, we can move. Now we got the chefs in the kitchen that's going to work with offense. And now we got to add the groceries.
Ooh.
Because we got to add the groceries.
Yeah.
Because if we're going to use that style of being a physical style run team, and I'm not saying we're going to be committed more to the run and more committed to creative ways to reutilize the run. Because I know we went all last year with an uncreative way. And to go without a run coordinator for such a long time, that is very hard to go without a run game coordinator and do as well as we did.
Yeah.
So, but now it's time, and I wish now you got to rebuild your backfield, your running back field, where this guy would have been, this type of offense would have been key for these guys you had already. So now you have time to go through. I think I'm looking for CD Lamb to even have a bigger year. And I know it's just a Pro Bowl. And I know they're playing flag football, but we all see the CD Lamb was the best receiver out there.
Yeah.
So, but it's always this, man. It's on the move. CD Lamb is a very hard guy because he's very quick, and on the move he does well. So I think that this is going to be good for Dak. I think it's going to be good for Dak for the point of something new, not all the way new, but something new. And it's not about the plays; it's about the point of attack and how you're attacking things, and getting the ball to the running backs and making that. I know we talked about that earlier. And we felt that throwing the ball to the running backs was an afterthought, not a playing thing. It was almost like, oh, well, I ain't got nobody. Well,
here it is.
Just afterthought, throw the ball there.
Yeah.
And which cut down on yards because it wasn't a playing thing. And this offense didn't have really many yards at all. And as you understand, and I think people don't understand, yards is very important to offense because it cuts down where you don't have to work so hard to make 7 completions or 9 completions in a series, because you only getting, once the ball is in the air, you only getting 2 or 3 yards after catch. So, and it doesn't have to be a long pass. It could be a 15-yard pass, but if it's caught in the right spot and on the move, we could probably get some yards. But again, you got to get the groceries in of guys that are capable of breaking tackles, catching the ball on the run, and getting those type of yards. So, I like where we at. But now it's time to get the groceries in there and put some things together. I know you're probably going to do a draft show, and me and you will probably talk, but I got an idea what I would do to try to get some of those groceries in. But we'll probably talk about it. I got a guy I would trade. But it's
throw
like
it out,
getting those
Coach.
groceries
I ain't
in.
rushing you. Throw it out. Talk about it.
Well, this is what I would do. And this would be not the Cowboys thing, but it will show that the Cowboys are really trying to do things in a different way. If you don't want to use draft capital, there's a lot of draft capital to get maybe one of these receivers on the market. You need to think about trading Tyron Smith.
Yeah.
Because teams would take Tyron Smith because he is still a very good, very top level tackle. But at this particular point in time, you know he's a top level tackle for maybe 2 years, maybe 1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
And that may be an enticing thing to get a team to come off of maybe one of these top receivers because they may not want to get too much draft capital at back. And then you can go and use your draft capital, but you could get one of these. And I'm sure some of these teams that everybody needs great offensive linemen. And I think Tyron still could be a great offensive lineman. But I don't think it's going to be a great offensive lineman for 5 or 6 years. So at this particular point in time, and I'm not saying he's playing bad, but I think that is a piece that you can get rid of where you won't be hurting, because I think one of the things that I liked about the offensive line coach that we brought in, he was at Seattle,
Mike.
And he got Seattle to the playoffs with two rookie tackles all year long. So he's old school, so I think he'll be developing. I like with Let's Go coming along. You got maybe Collins coming back. You got a lot of offensive linemen in the group. Yeah, and I believe if that's a piece that you can move on from and get something, not just move on and cut, but it may entice one of these guys to give you one of these second-tier receivers where you will help your receiving core, and then you want to fill some holes. Then when you go into the draft, and then you can start really drafting the best player available.
Yeah.
And that's where you want to go when you go into the draft. You want to have your holes filled and then go in there and say, I'm getting the best player available, because that's how you build your roster and your depth.
Right.
Because you get quality guys.
No, I like it.
Not looking for a position per se.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to throw Tyron off the boat, but I think teams will be because his play this year was good. And people will love a guy that has that protection skill, but we're not talking about a guy that's going to be there for 3-4 more years. So he could be a piece to get the trade, and we can get something else.
I think we'll get way more for Zach Martin.
And I love Tyron, but sometimes you have to make that move with a guy, and his contract is going to be good enough to entice people even more, because he's not a big number guy. He's not a big contract number guy.
Yeah.
So he's very enticing to maybe Arizona, if they really don't like Hopkins has really done ran his course there.
Right. Yeah.
That might, that's a Hall of Fame offensive tackle you got there that can play some years. You know what I'm saying? So that might entice them, other than trying to take some draft capital from us, because we don't want to give the draft capital. And if we can do a trade and get a piece, and then we could go into the draft saying a lot of our holes are filled, now that opens up the draft board that we really can pick and choose the best players available, and that way we can get the best talent that's going to build a depth or help this team a lot.
Right. All right,
Coach,
I appreciate it.
That's why I think, I don't know how, I'm not saying he's playing bad and not trying to throw him off the boat, but I think with all the linemen we have, he is a piece that we can probably get rid of that might be enticing to people.
Yeah. I appreciate that, Coach.
All right, my brother.
All right. I also add Zach Martin into that too. I know a lot of y'all went crazy as soon as I said that. Y'all, oh, Zach Martin.
Oh, hell no.
Boss, stop. Don't you ever say that. Oh, boss.
What?
You said Zach Martin. Yes, I said Zach Martin. Because Zach Martin ain't going to be... Listen, we all know that he playing incredible. even for his age right now. But at some point, he already starting to show signs of aging. This is one thing Jerry was told before he bought the team. He said, man, and he learned this from San Francisco. He said, you want to get rid of these players before they start to lose their value. Because by the time they lose their value, it's too late. So, like, I do like Coach Marv's idea of T. Smith, but at this point, what would we get? Like, if we would get, let's say, a third round or fourth round, I think that's about all you might get at best because of his injury history and his age and the fact that he just had a hamstring come all the way off his bone. You know what I mean? Like, what you want me to give you for that? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you could get something likely for T. Smith because tackles, even with T. Smith, is like a major commodity in the league to where somebody would trade you for him, but you would likely still maybe even get a first rounder potentially for Zach Martin. His name is that good. I'm just keeping it real. Like, shit. Like, bro, and it's not saying that he ain't been loyal, but it's like we got to be loyal to the Cowboys first. Not people. Like, we should be loyal to the Cowboys. You got McGovern on the contract. Like, McGovern, what you gonna do with him? Because if you go ahead and pay him, you gonna likely be able to pay him for peanuts. He already played good at right guard. He got all his experience. You got all these young cats. We could load up on draft picks if we did both. Zach Martin and T. Smith. And I don't apologize for the idea. Some of y'all will be like, oh, boss, no, boss.
Oh, hell no.
That's, I mean, I'm just not in love with none of these players like that. I'm just not. You know what I mean? And that's a hard thing to say, but man, when you're trying to win a championship, bruh, and you looking at the amount of depth we have in the interior, and especially if you look at the depth of this guard/tackle class, this guard/tackle class looking real good, bruh. It's looking real good. I'm just keeping it real, bro. See, some of y'all don't want to hear that because y'all worship these dudes. I don't worship these dudes, man. It's just business, bro. William Blackwell said, I agree, boss. Trade both because we need weapons and we have players we need to resign like Steele. Exactly. And then Matt Lewesko, his shoulder is fixed now. He added surgery. You know what I'm saying? And then you throw Matt Lewesko, bro. You throw him with Duke. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's go with these young tackles. Just go ahead and do the whole offensive line. Make the whole thing young. The whole thing. I'm with that, Coach Marv. I'm with that. So, all right, but real quick, going back to this Brian Schottenheimer stuff, just a couple of more things that I think it gave us some opportunities for. Before we get into those things, let's first do something that we sometimes tend to forget to do. At this point, I'm pretty sure we got a pretty full building. We about as full as we go be. Most people didn't expect me to come on the time that I did, so we're about as full as we go be. Since we have about a full house, as full as it's go be for today, and the time in which we went live. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button. Also share the content. It's also a whole lot of y'all that have never subbed. Y'all liking it and y'all following it. Y'all, you love the content, but y'all never do the little things like just hit that sub button. So before we get into the other things about Brian, because we measuring the Koolaid today on Brian. I'm committed to measuring the Koolaid. And I'm trying to look at this from all angles. It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. Hit the like, man. That helps us out. All right, so one of the other things that I want to talk. Hold on, my boy Lord say I'm out. All right, Lord, take it easy, bro. Take it easy. My boy Lord Bronson was in the building. And listen, y'all, He talks shit, but listen, y'all, man, everybody got to be cool with that. That part, that's why I never say kick out boys that talk like him, because that's part of football. Like, we supposed to, like, everybody keep this in mind. All of us supposed to go back and forth with some kind of spice. That's why we in this game. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate you still for coming through, big dog. And like I said, after you get done with this game, maybe we can do a show and we can hash this out. Win or lose, because I ain't never dodging, and I still know y'all ain't on the Cowboys level. Even if you get a dub, bro, y'all too far. But man, appreciate you coming in the door, and I'ma still acknowledge them Philly content creators, San Fran content creators, and especially my friends, my brothers, you know what I'm saying, my brothers from the Cowboy community, because anybody that's doing content, I got a degree of love for them. It take nuts to do this. It take courage to do this. We be putting our ideas and our opinions out there, you know what I mean, in the public. People be, hating on us, creating fake tweets, saying weird stuff about us. So, like, yeah, I can not like your team. I can even have a spicy rivalry, but I still respect content creators, all of them. So I think we should all do the same. That's my honest personal opinion. But getting back into this content real quick, that I think we got an opportunity. And I don't think nobody ever said this. If somebody said this, I ain't hear nobody say this before. But I think the foreknowledge of Mike McCarthy, right? The fact that he was smart enough to see the writing on the wall with Kellen Moore. So I'm certain that Mike McCarthy always knew what was up with Kellen. I think he always knew, and that's why he set up Brian. So that foreknowledge of putting the OC in reserve created a major opportunity. Because everybody obviously knew that the design of Kellen Moore originally was likely they was grooming him likely to be Dallas's head coach. We all could see it. That's why most of us thought he wasn't going to be fired. Most of us, well, I didn't think he was going to be fired, even though he was called out by everybody. I still thought he was going to hang on because it was pretty obvious that they had a future vision for him. So with that vision that they obviously had of grooming him, everybody saw it as a relationship where it seemed that Mike McCarthy was grooming Kellen Moore and was going to be the odd man out. But so Mike flipped it though. See, that's why I call Mike a wise king. He flipped it. Because it's not just Kellen Moore learning from Mike McCarthy. What Mike McCarthy did that was so smart, which is leading to my last point, is he put a spy around Kellen Moore to learn from him. Boy, clap it up for Mike. Ooh. So this is one of the things we talked about this on the thumbnail. We called it the art of war. Okay, the art of war. So hear me out. I want y'all to really hear me out on this. Okay. So in the art of war, one of the principles by Sun Tzu, right, is also, and this is one of his last major principles. He says spies are a most important element in war because on them depends an army's ability to move. And so some of the spy principles is, number one, local spies, inhabitants of your opponent's country. Inward spies, officials of your enemy, which could also include concubines or those in your enemy's ranks who feel frustrated at being in subordinate positions. So this is what Sun Tzu talked about as one of the most important elements of war. And it's the fact that, and I don't want y'all to get this wrong, a lot of my problems with Kellen Moore was not his brain, because Kellen Moore has a good brain. All you gotta go do is go watch the documentary QB Camp when Gruden was interviewing him when he was at college. And you will see something real clear. Anybody who remember those Gruden QB camps, Gruden was always the big dog in the room. He was always, go on that whiteboard and show me how you would run this play right here. Okay, what would you do if this guy rolled down? Okay, communicate this right here. Whenever you saw Gruden, that was his tone. Is he was the big dog in the room. Go watch it and then watch him with Kellen Moore. Gruden, for the first time that I've ever seen on that QB camp, was just asking questions. He was doing nothing but picking Kellen Moore's brain. Go peep it. He was peeping it. He said, here you're in the pistol. Now you're in the shotgun. Now you're doing all of this. What in the hell is going on? And what is, and then Kellen Moore would explain it to him. We basically just doing the same thing out of a lot of different positions. Well, how do you do your snap count? What's your different ways? Because I never seen a snap count like this. He would be like, we use hands, or we'll use knee, or I'll pat my side. It's more than one way to show that we getting ready to snap the ball. How are you able to throw the ball way before the receiver coming out of his breaks? It's because we do something where we basically count on massive anticipation, and that's where we study the defense all week to know what their zone schemes are going to be, and we prepare for it so we can throw that ball. Go watch it. He was learning from Kellen. Go watch it, and go watch any QB camp, and then go watch that one. You're gonna be like, wait, this was different. Gruden wasn't running Kellen. Kellen was literally teaching Gruden. That's a fact. So when you talk about how smart that dude, no, Kellen's smart. No, that's like, yeah, some of y'all misunderstood me when I was getting on his head. He's smart, but he's stubborn. That's the thing about him.
You want answers?
See, he was stubborn. That was his problem. I think they overblew his head up. You know what I'm saying? They blew his head up, and it's almost like spoiling anybody. Like, if you spoil, like, the worst thing you could ever do in a relationship is spoil somebody. Where you make them think they can do no wrong. When you do that, it's hard to get them back. You got to send them on to the streets. You got to send them on the streets, man. You know what I mean? Because, see, you need to go learn from others that I was actually treating you good. You know what I'm saying? You ain't figured out when I was telling you. See, that's what happened with Kelly. Them Joneses, they blew his mind up so much. They literally empowered him over a dude with a Super Bowl. And it messed up his polar ego. So instead of, like, and this is real talk, instead of Mike McCarthy, you know, sounding the horn, you know what I mean? Instead of giving the war call, you had Jerry Jones out there with his horn. Jerry, if you don't sit down.
Oh, hell no.
Jerry out there with his war call, with his suit. If you don't, Kellen Moore is going to be calling the plays. Kellen Moore with his no ID offense is going to take us to the Super Bowl. That was Jerry Jones. No, we needed a real offensive guy to sound the horn. Yeah, remember what I said in this Art of War. The horn is probably the most effective weapon in war. And you need somebody who know how to lead them troops by giving them the right sound and a uniform sound. So if it's time to surround the enemy, I need the right person with the horn. And right now we finally are aligning the horn. And we got them boys with suits, and we took that horn off there, and he ain't blowing that horn no more. We finally got Mike McCarthy as a horn blower. Hold on, B-Bird with the super chat. Hold on real quick. Let me take the super chat real quick. Then I'm gonna get to my final point, but I had to build it. Y'all know me, I'm dramatic. B Bird said the power dynamic from head coach to OC was thrown off. Yeah, exactly, B. It was thrown off. It was something that was doomed from the beginning. It was doomed. And see, sadly, you want to hear the sad truth? The sad truth is Kellen Moore might do good. He might do good with the Chargers, because guess what? Now he ain't got front office sniffing up his butt telling him how genius he is. He got to earn it now. Sometimes the best thing you can do for some people is to kick them out, because it really makes them more responsible. You know what I mean? When you take them and you kick them out the nest, they fly. He was protected in Dallas. He was able to override Mike McCarthy with no consequences. So now that he got to be a real man with the Chargers, yeah, and now that you could actually lose your job because you're not sticking with the identity of the head coach, oh yeah, you gonna really grow up now. That's the sad part, is that Kellen Moore had potential, but front office with a horn blowing ruined him. You got Jerry Stevens blowing the war call. If you don't sit, y'all, sit down. Jerry Stevens with the suits. Let's go to war, guys. Come on, guys. Come on. No, sit down. We got the right person with the horn now. Mike McCarthy, blow that thing. Do I got a horn? Let me see if I got a horn button. I know I do. Where's my horn button? Is this it? Is that a horn button? Can that suffice for a horn button? I think I got this one. See, even that horn, you could take that for granted, but that horn is real. That's why I say communications is the most important thing that's happened from Brian. Communications, it's the most important thing. Because see, y'all know what this horn is. Y'all know what that is. If y'all heard this horn going off in your neighborhood, you know exactly what to do. You know exactly what to do. You know exactly what to do when you hear that horn. You go take cover. You go say that's likely a tornado. Or depending on where you are, you go say that's a hurricane. That's the power of communications being on one accord. But see, the biggest point that I was talking about was Brian Schottenheimer was also, from the foreknowledge of Mike McCarthy, a spy to a degree, which creates this opportunity. I said all of that to lead up to this. We have an opportunity for a layered offense. For a layered offense opportunity. Because, yeah, just like John Gruden was learning from Kellen Moore, Brian was too. Mike McCarthy was too. See, some of y'all, let's be honest, and some of us, I'm gonna include me in this. Some of us, we got failed relationships, but it was at one time, it was something going really good with that person. That's why you actually got in that relationship. Some of y'all have exes, or we was married, but it was at one point you married that person because you saw something in that person. So don't act like because you divorced them that everything about them was bad. See, that's what a lot of us do. We divorce people and we say, it was nothing good. It was absolutely nothing. No, it was some things that was good about Kellen. And those good things now allows Dallas to layer it with Brian. Because going into the, like, we know after the Tampa game that Mike McCarthy came out, and what did he say? I've never been a fan of option routes. And I've never been in a system that ran it this aggressive. He said both in one press conference. But what if, as an example, what if Kellen Moore showed him at least certain parts of the option routes could make sense? So, like, for instance, when you going against a team like Philly, where their defense lined up in zone coverage, and you could easily discern what zone they was playing based on how they aligned. Well, what you learn from Kellen is from with a team like that, it's like taking candy from a baby. That's why Dak with 24 of 24 on Philly. Because the option routes against certain teams was actually perfect. The other problem with the option routes, though, if you went against a good defensive coordinator like the Texans, it wasn't genius anymore. But see, I don't have to throw out the baby because I don't want that bath water. Because this is the good thing about our offense. When I'm talking about a layered offense, we already know his system. We already know it. And since we already know his system, there are times you could actually layer it. You could say, with this opponent, we go option route these balls to death. That's the layer of our offense. We have a whole nother dimension that we could actually bring out depending on the opponent. You know how many layers of offense New England has? New England has 7 layers of offense. 7 layers. They can beat you multiple ways, and you'll go look at New England sometimes, you'll think they a run heavy team. Then you'll look at them another game and you'll think they major option route team. Then you'll look at them on a whole nother point and they'll look like they're a screen heavy team. They have multiple ways to attack you. So yeah, it's not just, it's the fact that he was a spy gives Dallas a great opportunity to first have great communications. That's first. But second, a whole nother gear, another layer of this offense. So basically, man, you know, I want to give y'all what I see in Brian Schottenheimer and the balance in which they doing with the Dallas Cowboys. And I think it's a very good thing. Like I said, I'm not going to always be the first. Sometimes I might be the last to talk about something. But when I talk about it, I'm going to try to do it with a lot of research. And see, Iceberg Slim, he's somebody in the chat that we got to respect because Iceberg Slim know football. You know? And my boy Iceberg kept saying, don't sell me on Brian. See, when people like him speak, we can get in our feelings like, oh, you just being negative, Iceberg. You just being negative. No, Iceberg, his reputation is too solid for me to just shoot it down because I don't quite see what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? See, when people like Iceberg is warning, it's best you slow down and say, hold on. Iceberg, he's saying something. Let me keep looking at Brian because I might be missing something. Because see, we all are seeing that happen. We all seeing that happen right now with Kellen Moore going over there to the Chargers. How many Chargers fans are falling for the popcorn stats? They throwing out the stats of Kellen Moore had the number 2 offense and number 1, and we over there like, y'all falling for it. Y'all po thing. Like, see, we know Kellen Moore offense is trash without Dak. We know that. But see, on the surface, Kellen Moore look good to the outside. On the surface, Brian look good on the outside. It looked like we go have a run identity. Good. It looked like Mike McCarthy co-signed it. Good. It looked like we not gonna have the communication issues and the lack of different ways of approaching it like Kellen Moore and Mike. That's good. But Iceberg might be right. That's why I promise y'all we need to all still slow down. I think the best thing to do is to do what I'm trying to do right now and go watch you some games. Go watch you about 10 games, and I would take notes on the game. Watch him on pivotal downs. Watch how he closing out games. Watch what he do when they ahead. Watch what he do when they behind. Then once you start getting a feel of him, then I'll go back and I'll debate Iceberg if I disagree. But at this point, I don't know enough to even debate the homie Iceberg. But I respect Iceberg enough to take the warning serious. So, all right, so I'm going to open up the phone lines one more time, man, and get on out of here, man. You know, I just wanted to give y'all my thoughts and the measure Koolaid on Brian Schottenheimer coming to the Dallas Cowboys. Mostly on the surface, it does look good, though. But I'm going to continue to dig because I was fooled before with even Kellen. I was fooled. I was falling for the #1 ranking and all of that. I was falling for it. So now I know to move a little bit slower. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Hey, what's up, boss? This is B-Bird. How you doing, bro?
What's up, B?
Nothing much. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions about the option routes. I've been listening to you a lot, and you know, you had some good information about it. But one of the things, the psychological part of the option routes is that you got to be on the same page. The defense has to read, the wide receiver has to read the defense just as the quarterback does. That's one part, and I think everybody gets that. But one other thing I saw in an interception that he threw to Gallup was, if you don't trust that the wide receiver is going to be there, there's going to be some indecisiveness. So you're not going to be, 1, 2, 3, throw. You're going to be 1, 2, 3. Let me see if this guy reads. I think it takes a lot off the quarterback, and I think Dak suffered a lot of that this year because he just didn't have a lot of trust. Sometimes when something goes wrong and you throw it to a spot and the wide receiver isn't there, it's going to be some trust issues. You're not just going to go throw the ball there again. And so I think I'm actually more confident about who Dak is going forward than I was, say, last year going forward. Because if they change offensive, and I think the option route, I'll ask you this question. Mm-hmm. So I guess all offenses have some option routes, right? Is that correct?
No, most do, but like some don't. Like Mike McCarthy explained it. He said basically you have the digit system, which is option routes basically, right? Or you have the West Coast system, which in that system, the quarterback dictates 100% of the time where the ball goes, despite what the receiver is doing. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And then there are teams that blend it. They do a combination of both. I think the Dallas Cowboys in 2022 actually did a combination of both. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. So it just depends on the team, the offense coordinator, and the philosophy.
Well, one thing I think if you don't have them and you call a play, you got 4 different routes. Mm-hmm. One thing you're gonna know if you practice that all week long, all summer long, you know where the wide receiver is gonna be because this play calls for this route, and this wide receiver knows where to go, and you know what I'm saying, where this wide receiver is gonna be, and so it won't be any indecisiveness there. I think that's gonna help out Dak a lot. I think if you go look at it, some of his interceptions, some of them were thrown, to places where wide receivers are supposed to be. If some bad reads, maybe some late throws because he was waiting on them to break and this, that, and other, where you could be a little bit more, and anticipate a little bit more if you know exactly where these guys are going to be. I've ran this play 50 times in practice to this wide receiver, and I see the coverage. I know where he's going to be. You could be a little bit more decisive, and I think they kind of hamstrung Dak a little bit with all the option routes. One other thing too, man, I'll say this and I'll leave, man, is that I've been doing just looking at numbers, and I looked at Mahomes at KC when they lost Hill last year. They replaced him with Juju, Scandling, the wide receiver drafted the #1. I can't think of his name right now. The first-round draft pick, and then they traded for the Giants wide receiver. Amongst those guys, man, they caught 156 balls for over 2,000 yards last year. The guys that replaced them. We all know that, this consensus that Mahomes is better than that. So if he's better, then why did the people that they replaced Cooper caught like 27 passes for like 300 yards. And so I think the Cowboys really did Dak a disservice, man, because what KC understood is that, yeah, we got a great quarterback, but we still got to get him weapons. And they just didn't do that for Dak. It really looked back at it, man. Dak really overcame, his Cowboy overcame a lack of weapons to get where they were. To go farther, you know, it'd have been a miracle, to be totally honest with you, man. And that would kill it more.
Yeah.
So I just think that this year, man, I really want them to go out in the free agency and get a top-flight wide receiver, man.
Yeah, we gonna do it. I'm certain we gonna do that. I bet you $1 million we gonna get us a nice wide receiver. A couple. Watch.
Yeah. Hey, boss, I'm gonna get off the phone. I'm gonna continue to listen to you. I appreciate your time, brother.
All right. My boy Terrell C. I bet you $1 million you wrong on this. I will bet you money on this. Matter of fact, I know you wrong on this. My boy Terrell said Herbert will make better decisions than Dak. Nah, bro. You underestimating Dak greatly, dog. And then you said this too. You said he's going to look better with Herbert. Okay. All right. I bet you money right now. I bet you won't take this bet. Bet $100 that Herbert had way more interceptions than he ever had. Bet. I want to put the money right now with Amp like I did before on my other bet. Yeah. Bet that. See, because a lot of y'all really sleeping on how smart Dak is. See, Dak so smart that as a rookie, he only had 4 interceptions. You know how smart you got to be to come into a team as the 4th string quarterback, then get thrown out there to the 1st string quarterback behind Romo and protect the ball so good that you only throw 4 interceptions on the whole year? Dak got a master's degree and y'all act like Dak dumb. The only reason Dak was throwing them interceptions the way he was throwing, because in the Kellen Moore offense, you're supposed to be aggressive. That's the style of it. You're supposed to actually throw it to spots before receivers even come out, they break. And you really think Herbert is going to, in a new offense, read 4 receivers at the same time like Dak did? Y'all gonna respect Dak after this year, because this what's gonna make y'all respect Dak. You gonna see Dak game go up, especially in efficiency, and you gonna see Herbert numbers go to hell. Watch. If Kellen Moore go over there and he running multiple option routes like he did in Dallas, you really think Keenan Allen is gonna let him say, there's no stars in my offense? Huh? How long y'all think that's gonna last? See that worked in Dallas because Stephen Jones didn't want stars. Chargers don't care about that. They just want to win. So you go to Keenan Allen and you go tell him, we don't prioritize you. We gonna take what the defense gives us. And y'all think Herbert gonna do better? Okay. Put money on it, dog. I will put money. That and I would also say this. Kellen Moore would be fired by this time next year. Y'all go respect Dak after this year. I mean, after this coming year, y'all gonna be talking a whole lot different. See, what y'all don't know is, and B-Bird said it best. See, y'all didn't catch that part, what B-Bird said. B-Bird said it best. He said, it's a miracle we got as far as we did in this offense. Y'all better listen. Y'all put it up. What you talking about? Want to bet 100? What you want to bet? And let's be clear on this too. He gonna have way more interceptions. He gonna have way more turnovers. You saying he a better decision maker? He gonna have 2 more interceptions than his worst year. he gonna seem like he got worse. Now put your money up. I'm betting $100 on that. You saying that Herbert a better decision maker than Dak? Okay, we go see. Put your money on it, dog. Stand on it with your money. And I guarantee you, see some of y'all think y'all got this all messed up. Y'all really never really understood clearly how messed up it was for Dak to be playing in a system that Kellen Moore had. Y'all had no idea that this system, if some of y'all just not even looking, and I'm not insulting my brother because my boy Terrell, he's a loyal supporter, so I'm not insulting him or anybody when I say this. But some of y'all didn't put it together, bro. Y'all should have put it together when Amari Cooper had the exact same targets as Schultz. Hold on. I bet he won't have 17 interceptions now, bro. I said I bet that he will have. I bet next year he gonna have 2 more interceptions than his worst year. That's the bet. Matter of fact, I'll give you 4 than his worst year. 4 than his worst year, and I'll put 100 on it. I'll put 100 on that. He gonna throw 4 more interceptions. I'll give you 5 more interceptions. I'm gonna take one more call. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Hey, boss, how are you?
Hey, who is this?
Jessica.
Hey, what's up, Jessica?
Hey, boss, you know what? These are the same people that talk this stuff every year. They come on here, they pretend like they real fans, then they want to dog the quarterback. You know what? Y'all Romo specialists need to get over the fact that Romo is done retired. Dak surpassed Romo record, and this year he surpassed Troy Aikman record. So I don't know what you people talking about. Now, Keelan Moore is gone. Let's see what this all gonna be about. But this guy, this coach, I saw somebody posting a statement or what somebody say how this guy on YouTube, how this guy work and the different the routes he runs. People need to stop posting this stuff. Don't they know that other people see all this stuff on social media? This is how our opponents know what the Cowboys is doing. Because you got people talking about the type of routes they like to run, the type of routes they do. You can't do that. You cannot let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. Why do people do this type of stuff? Don't do that. If you're going to have a private group like we have it, a Cowboys group, and discuss that, that's different. But don't go posting that all out on Twitter and stuff like that, because people that we going to be playing against, they are watching. They see this stuff just like our players see it. Stop this stuff. Y'all don't be putting people's business out like that. You need to keep that in now. Don't tell everything.
Yeah.
But some of the stuff that Ralph said he likes to run, I've seen on a tweet that I'm in the group on Twitter, where somebody posted about 4 different run routes that he used.
Mm-hmm.
And they named them verbatim. And I'm like, now you see, if I see this, our opponents see this. You cannot put stuff out like that. You're giving people the blueprint how to beat your team. Because they see where he likes to run. They're going to practice that with their team on how to defend that. You cannot do that. We got to do better at what our players see. Don't tell the media people everything. Don't do that. As fans and as the organization, they need to stop talking so much.
Yeah. Agree.
But I'm looking for a better year, and just like Oboy said, if we didn't have that, this team would not have made it and won 14 games out of 6.
Oh no, ain't no way. No way.
Because before that came back, we was winning, but barely by the skin of their toenails. But then when that came back, they started winning by high numbers. Then next thing you know, Kellen Moore started taking his drives that he gets to away, and then start messing with the offensive lineman that protects him, taking out the people that was blocking for him. You cannot do that to your quarterback in a divisional game, a conference game. You cannot take people out. You got to leave the wall in place and let Dak play his ball. Long as Dak was out there running and throwing the ball and doing what Dak do, they try to force him to stay in the pocket and just throw the people. You cannot do that to a mobile quarterback, or you will confuse him. Yes.
Right.
And that's exactly what they did to him. In every 6th game that we lost, every time he was on hot and on fire and was winning these games in big numbers, they started messing with him when we got to playing with certain teams. You cannot do that. You got to go with the same formula you did when you kicked the team butt at 54 to 17 or whatever. But still, you cannot do that to your quarterback. You got to let your quarterback do his game if you want to win. If you want to get to the you cannot do that. And Jerry Jones and talking, saying that we got Dak for the Suns, that we got him for the next 10 years, then they better do right by him and stop playing with this man's talent. Because you know who's watching? The next GM that's waiting for them to not do him right. And he goes somewhere else and win a Super Bowl. Then the fans that's talking about him gonna be boo-hooing and crying and talking stupid, looking crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you better respect him and appreciate what you got. Because without that, this team would not have babies. Period. And I'm going to let you go because somebody else might want to call in. But y'all fans, y'all either going to be DC for life. DC for life is not only when they win. DC for life is when they lose, when they don't go to the Super Bowl. Baby, I've been ripping this team since I was 5. So either you win them or you're not. If you're going to talk about more about another quarterback, go support that team. Take off the Cowboys gear and go put on that quarterback gear and rep that team. And stop trying to be over here bad-mouthing what you got. You better appreciate what you have because you looking over the fence at what somebody else got and trying to compare what you got over here to some over there with what you got over here. Can top that person that you provide more than you for your own. Come on now. Y'all better get right. It's all season. Let's go draft some more better players. So yeah, add to the fuel to the fire. Let's go.
I appreciate it, Jessica. That was a good call by Jessica. Appreciate it. She always bringing it. And my boy Terrell said, "Boss, Justin Herbert is no scrub." You saying that like Dak a scrub? Like, this is where Jessica got a point. Some of y'all do be having way more optimism in foreign quarterbacks than you do in your own quarterback. Because it's nothing about Herbert that should have you having optimism in him, but pessimism in Dak. It don't even make sense. Like, I just don't get the logic in that. Like, what about Herbert make y'all have all this undying faith in him when he is not producing? He ain't never had his number one taken from him like Dak had twice. Dak in his career had his number one taken from her twice. Herbert has never had that. The only thing they doing is trying to help Herbert. That's it. So I don't just get all this optimism, man. I just don't get it. If you got that much optimism in Herbert, you should have the same optimism in Dak. Because Dak got a better track record than Herbert. He got more playoff wins. He's already accomplished more. Yeah, the only thing they had similar is both of them was Rookie of the Year. And when you compare both of their numbers and what both of those guys had, Dak had less. Way less than Herbert. So I just don't get this undying optimism that she right on that. Some of y'all be having this optimism on other quarterbacks that you don't even have on your own. And she telling the truth. So, but hey, that's cool though, man. Just Dak gotta do his thing a little bit more to make some of y'all back up. Tariq.
Hey, what's going on, Boss Cowboy?
What's happening, bro?
Cool, man. What's going on, Cowboy Nation, everybody? Yeah, I hear a lot of people talking negative about Dak Prescott, but I've said this before. We're getting over the Kellen Moore era up in Dallas with all this fair weather football stuff going on. It's more. It goes deeper than just trying to win regular season games. You know what I mean? We need to get over the hump. We got a quarterback that we kind of lucked up into, and a lot of fans don't understand that. We was like 1 or 2 draft picks away from not even having Dak Prescott on this team when he got drafted. And my thing is this: before Tony Romo, who was the quarterback in here, or was we shuffling through quarterbacks to try to find a quarterback? And then once we really found Romo got hurt. He kept getting hurt. And you looked into Dak Prescott. Because Dak Prescott was never a scrub. He was never a scrub in college, and he'd never been a scrub since he's been in the NFL. But at the same time, too, you got a GM. Well, I ain't going to say Jerry all the way, but he has a big part to play in it. His son. You know what I'm saying? We got to give Jerry's son a little bit of props because Jerry's son fixed the cap.
He did.
We was in cap hell.
Yep.
Before he started doing his bargain shopping and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's real.
So I'm not gonna knock him. Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna knock Stephen Jones all the way.
Right.
But when is the time? Is that you want to say, okay, we did all the bargain bin shopping, we got the cap back right. When is the time that he's going to say, okay, we got a team that can compete. Now let's put it all in, just to see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got a Super Bowl winning coach here that used to. If everybody don't remember, go back and watch some film. Go back and watch some of them old games. Mike McCarthy used to kick our butts in big moments. So let's not try to play him on that either. But at the same time, too, you got to be thankful for the quarterback that you do have. We got Dak Prescott. He's a good quarterback. I put some money on it to all the fans out there that don't like him, that don't want to see him in Dallas, that really don't want to see him flourish. Put Dak Prescott on the open market. See how many teams that will bid for him to go get him. Pay him top dollar to come to their team.
Top.
And y'all around here jiving around talking about he's not a top 10 quarterback? Yeah, right.
Oh.
That dude has been showing more grit and toughness than a lot of these damn quarterbacks. A lot of quarterbacks would have been out for a season with a messed up hand, a messed up shoulder. You know what I mean?
Man.
The dude said when he broke his ankle, he thought he could pop it back in place and come back and play the game. And you gonna give up on a dude like that? Come on, man. Don't be a fair weather fan. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of y'all not understanding something. The reason that Philly drafted Hurts to duplicate what Dak Prescott was doing in Dallas. We was kicking their behind with Dak. Why do you think they went and got Dak? I mean, why they went and got Hurts? And they put what is that? The quarterback coach, Dak, old quarterback coach in college, William. That's not a coincidence. That's called a blueprint.
Oh, talk that talk. Talk it.
Bruh.
And then at the same time too, you gotta, I don't like Philly. I hate Philly guts, but you know what I'm saying. I respect their gangster because they know how to put teams together the right way. They're not scared of spending some money, draft capital, moving and grooving throughout the season to get certain players on their team, getting disgruntled players in other places to come over here and play with them. That's what the Cowboys should be doing. Instead of penny pinching, we should be trying to get the best quality of players and people to come to this team that we could put in place to go for a run. You can't keep giving Dak Prescott this wide receiver by committee crap and expect this dude to go win a damn Super Bowl. It don't work like that. You can't continue to put injured players out there and think he's going to do everything. You can't do that to him. Go get this dude weapons. Go get him some weapons. If we got to get rid of Zeke did his thing while he was here. I ain't mad. If he got to go, he got to go. If Tyron Smith got to go, he got to go. If Zach Martin got to go, he got to go. It is what it is. We gotta put ourselves in position to win Super Bowls, man. You know what I mean? We already see that we can be a contending regular season team with the quarterback that we do have. Even with that dumbass system that Jason Garrett had in here, Scott Linehan had in here, and Kellen Moore had in here. See, Stephen Jones is mad because he knows now he can't do all that penny pinching. He knows that. He knows he got to do something now because his boy Wonder is up out of here. These dudes been trying to make role players into star players. That's why you got the ball bouncing off of people like Noah Brown at the end of the game, and the dude running the pick six back in the house. How is that on Dak Prescott?
Man.
And he threw it between the numbers to the damn receiver. How is that on him? A lot of y'all not being fair about this now.
You can't handle the truth.
Dak is a damn good quarterback.
You want answers?
Is he Tom Brady? Is he Peyton Manning? No, he's not. He's not none of them dudes. But I know he's a quality quarterback. And I'm not trying to have a person like Brock Osweiler, Brandon Whedon on this damn team trying to run this damn team. That dude's on. Y'all cats don't understand, man. It's hard to find quarterbacks, quality quarterbacks. If you can get this dude everything that he needs, and he still fails, now y'all might have something with me.
Yeah, you might have
something. Until then, you can't say nothing.
Right.
Because Dak always been playing behind the 8 ball.
Always.
And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get up out of here. The two people I want to beef with each other on this team over this next season coming over, and we hear disagreements, is between Mike McCarthy and Babyless Catboy Jones. Yeah. I want Mike McCarthy to put his foot down and say, "Yo, Jerry, tell your son I need this. This is my grocery list. Tell him go get my groceries. If they need him or will need my help, let me know. Because this is what I need for my offense for it to be the top offense in the league under what I see. Because if anybody knows anything, Dak Prescott is one of the best under center quarterbacks in this league. He's never been a shotgun type of dude all the way like that. That's why I always feel like it was a bit odd to me. Why every time this dude is running shotgun?
Right.
When I know he's a danger under center with a good running back, with a good running game, and a decent number one and a decent number two. Man, Dak Prescott will pick you behind the park. Let's put this guy in the best position to win, man. Let's stop jiving around, man. You see what the Eagles did with Hurts. I don't like the Eagles, can't stand the Eagles, but I like the blueprint they drew up to make their team a winning team. We need to do the same. Forget all that money shit. Let's will and deal. Let's will and deal. That's what I want to do.
Love
and
it.
I'll be satisfied. All right, boss.
Love it, man. That call was fire. Y'all light it up for Reek, bro.
Dracarys.
Light it up for Reek. Light it up, man. Hey, and Terrell, real quick, my boy say, Hurts is in the Super Bowl. We can't talk right now about Hurts. We can talk about Hurts. And then also, still shout out to you, Terrell. So, this is one thing I want to say. Like, sometimes people disagree, and, as you can see, Terrell is very respectful, and I'm very respectful with him. You know what I mean? So, just everybody know this part of it sometimes. Every now and then, people go just disagree, and that's okay. I just, I want to be right about Dak. You want to be wrong about Dak, I'm sure. You want to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I saw you say that you want a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So if you want a Super Bowl, you want to be wrong about Dak, and I'm pretty sure you do. So, real quick, let me take a couple super chats that I missed. Let me see. So Coach Marv, he said with a $5 super chat. Real quick, let me hit this sound effect for Coach Marv real quick.
I need the cash pronto. I don't throw in a.
Alright, so he said real quick. He said defense that play fake coverages hurts a total option route system. B Bird, right? Yeah, so what coach is talking about is defenses that disguise their coverages. That's the kryptonite to option routes. He right on that. Yeah, like Lovie Smith was another one that exposed that. He said that they gave them a whole lot of looks, and remember the Texans gave us problems because with those option routes, again, the quarterback and the receiver got to see the defense the same way at the same time within a split second. So if you throwing a whole bunch of deceptive looks, then it's gonna throw off either the weapons or even Dak, and then that leads to more interceptions. So yeah, and a lot of people never really understood that. That's why I'm certain that Dak is gonna return back to major ball protection, and we gonna see that same old Dak that wasn't gonna throw more than 9 interceptions on the year. It's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be exactly what we saw. And Tariq was right. He was so right. He killed that call. It's so obvious that Philly was trying to get them another Dak.
Another one.
They was trying to get another Dak. They
another one. Another one.
They was trying to get them another Dak. He right. You don't go get a Dak-ish type quarterback and then go get the coach of Dak, and then at the end of this season, Hurts passing numbers is almost identical to what Dax was as a rookie. You was trying to do that. You was trying to get Hurts to be Dak.
Another one.
Boy, Tyreek killed that call. That is straight up.
Run it up.
All right, let me hit this other super chat real quick.
I need the cash pronto. I don't throw interception like Romo.
All right, so Coach Marv with another one. He said, hold on, let me hit that button.
Another one.
Yeah, and I hit the none. That was perfect timing. So with another one, Coach Marv said, boss, think about this, a new offensive style will help our defense develop at practice. Facts. But hey, y'all, man, I got to go get my son a gift. I thank y'all for rocking with me today, man. I want to kind of just hang out with y'all, kind of digest this a little bit slowly. Also, Queen, let me say something real quick to Queen. Queen, thank you so much. Queen, she watched for the details. Queen was like, boss, your video is fuzzy. And I was like, oh yeah. And then I changed my settings and made it better. Then Queen was like, boss, tell OC to stop eating. We can hear it through the... See, I appreciate that because Queen is pushing for excellence on the show. And you want that. You want people that's observing and peeping the little things that can make, us better. We greatly appreciate you, Queen. I really do. I greatly appreciate you and others that really push this channel to be all it can be. So I just want to say that. I noticed your comments and I did do something about it too. So hopefully you can see that I did fix the video. And I wasn't even thinking about it until you said something. So thank you for observing and that, man. I really do. Did my boy Paul. Wait. I'm not doing it with y'all. Oh man. That boy said, yeah, cause listen, I went back and listened to that show. I was like, damn, you could hear that food in the back. Yeah, it was annoying. I was like, man, ooh-wee. So I appreciate it, man. Yeah, y'all be peeping that stuff. So, and then we take y'all feedback very serious, man. So I know sometimes y'all think we don't, but I listen and I watch. I try to make the improvements. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed, but I even lowered the volume some on my sound effects because that was also vexing some of y'all. And Jay all day say, keep drinking this YouTube Kool-Aid. Yeah, I only drink measured Kool-Aid, my brother. That's all I drink, dog. It's measured. If it ain't measured, I don't drink it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you drink, but I only drink the best over here, big dog. But hey, man, y'all continue to rock with Boss Cowboy Sports. I got some fire content coming out about Dak. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned to that. Plus, I obviously got some stuff coming out on the Senior Bowl. I obviously got stuff coming out about prospects, free agents. But the main thing that I'm excited to talk about likely tomorrow is going to be about Dak Prescott. I think I see... yeah, I appreciate that, Chanel. My boss say they hating, boss, ignore them. I'm with you, dog. I like to slap my trolls, though, big dog. You know what I mean? I come from a barbershop culture. And I know sometimes y'all be wanting me to ignore these dudes. I ain't built like that, bro. I go right at them dudes. You know, I just, you know, that's just kind of where I'm from. Like, that's just how I play my game. Even when I played football, I was like that. Like, wasn't nobody go out talk me. You wasn't go out talk me. You wasn't go, somebody that felt like they was a trolling type receiver that tried to get in your head, you wasn't gonna do better than that at me. You just wasn't, you know. So I kind of get up on the trash talk, you know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, I got amped when my boy Lord came in the building kind of talking spicy. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. Like, dog. And I'm really looking forward, win or lose, to hosting them Philly dudes, even if they win. If you think I'm going to let up for a second on how whack Philly is, y'all got me messed up, man. Like, bro, I wear my star with pride, bruh, and I don't put expiration dates on my rings like some of y'all. See, some of y'all getting the. Before I get out of here, man, let me be honest.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
Some of y'all getting the wee woo. Like, it's amazing that people say it's been 27 years since y'all won a ring. It's been 28 since San Fran won a ring. But do you see anybody holding San Fran to the same standard? Man, bro, hold on, little dog. Hold on. This ain't happen, homeboy. See, this one thing you ain't gonna do. One thing you ain't gonna do, big dog, you ain't gonna lie. Nah, bro, talking about Brunson killed you. Bro, everybody that was in here know that did not happen, bro. Everybody that was in here know that Brunson came in here ready to try to kill Boss. He walked out humble, bro. That's a fact, bro. Once he learned about the facts of the option routes, that we was running multiple option routes to multiple weapons, he himself admitted that that was a dumb system for Dak. He, matter of fact, said do that same thing on the 24th. So, I mean, see, that's why I say, man, y'all Philly boys, y'all some meat watchers. Y'all really are, bro. Like, and that's real talk, bro. Like for real, dog. I'm glad you on the show. I'm glad you supporting the channel, because you are, with your eyeballs and your comments, you really are. But I really don't understand how y'all literally getting ready to go to a Super Bowl and y'all out here watching me take a piss. Like, can the Cowboy Nation stand at their own stall, look down at their own meat, and just enjoy themselves taking a piss without Philly people literally walking in and looking at our meat? That is weird. And I know that's a graphic analogy, but that's the way I see y'all. Y'all are meat watchers. This ain't even having nothing against people that might be homosexual. If you homosexual, that's your business. But even if you homosexual, you are weird to be looking at my meat when I'm taking a piss. So what we doing right now is we're literally taking a piss. We are trying to talk about Dallas Cowboy content in our situations, and we got Philly people the week of the Super Bowl who literally watch our meat. You guys are weird. Like, bro, I don't want to see you looking down at me when I'm looking down at me. Stop watching our meat. Can you at least get you at least a second Super Bowl? At least. You holding on to one little funky ring, trying to put an expiration date on ours that don't exist. Even if you win, we gonna be greater than y'all. Y'all will only be at best on your way to trying to catch up. Philly, at your best. Low key, I was hoping y'all beat San Fran, cause I'd rather y'all have 2 rings than San Fran to have 6, because San Fran is the real rival of Dallas with 5 rings. You are nothing but the little brother, Philly. So know your place and stay in your place, son. Yeah. So, man, yeah, man, you Philly boys, I don't even know why y'all even think y'all could ever try to come on my channel and think y'all could keep up with me. You cannot keep up with me, dog. Your franchise ain't got enough weight. You can literally blow out Kansas City and I'm not gonna blink at calling y'all my son. that Monday. I'm not gonna even blink. You still my son. Fresh Super Bowl or not. Y'all my kids. At best, you getting close to catching up to Washington. And good luck with that. Do your part and at least bring it home, sucker. You Philly suckers. Bring it home. Bring it home. Cause we sick of carrying y'all. Can we be honest, Cowboy Nation? Can y'all tell the truth? Ain't y'all tired of carrying Philly? Like, we carry them. Like, we are the best division because we the ones with the most rings in this division. We got 5, New York got 4, Washington got 3, and freeloading ass Philly got 1. Get y'all freeloading ass on, man. We tired of carrying y'all. And that's real talk. Can you get 2? Can you do more than what you doing? I'm sick of y'all. I can't stand Philly. And then y'all got the nerve on game week to come try to troll us? While we taking a piss? Bro, go sit your ass down, bro. Like, real talk. All right, real quick. We got a $5 super. They say Philly still had Rager and no AJ. They wouldn't be in the Super Bowl, but that's what happens when you go pay for a Super Bowl. They still looking up to us. Yeah. And this is the thing. Like, show. This the thing. They better win it. Ooh, listen. Ooh, listen. Ooh, if they don't win the Super Bowl, oh my God, y'all already know I'ma go crazy on Philly. Boy, cause see, y'all spent all that money trying to keep up with Dallas. Ooh, you done spent all that money just trying to keep up, and you better win. You better not have spent all that money. And then just put all that in, and we building through the drought, and we still neck and neck with y'all. We ain't, boy, I tell you what, the scariest thought for Philly is Dallas going all in. If Dallas decided even one of these years, okay, this the year we going all in. Like, for real, we go get AJ, we go get the second best, we go get us a Bradbury. Boy, Philly, you better pray to heaven above that Stephen Jones never changed. You better keep praying, boy. You better pray, you better say all your prayers, because the day that he decides we are going all in, we go run past y'all so goddamn fast, boy, your head go spin, cause we already neck and neck with you suckers, and this dude is cheap as shit. This dude got the tightest ass in the world, and we still neck and neck with you suckers. You got the nerve to come in here with your chest out like y'all. Man, Philly, you will never in your life. You will never in your life. I will be dead and gone before you even think about being equal to Dallas, Texas.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
Run it up.
Boss Cowboy Sports.
Another one.
Huh.